everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Black Liberation Tech podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Renee Jordan, and today we're going to take another look at the safety first lessons. I added some interactive activities for you to check out, either for yourself or your student or someone that you know. Perhaps you'll hear something that you might want to run past someone else. Perhaps you've spotted something and you want to bring it to their attention. So let's just go over those things, and feel free to go to the black-liberation.tech website to check out the lessons for yourself and give them a try on your own time. So we're going to head on over to the black-liberation.tech website and select lessons. From lessons, we're going to go to S1.0. And that's where we started last week. We're going to scroll on down past the things that we did last week and take a look at the interactive activity, social media safety audit, and edit challenge. So here we go. This is the goal. Identify and edit or remove personally identifiable information, PII, from images and videos shared or stored digitally. So step-by-step instructions. First thing you're going to do, you're going to team up. Pair up. Each girl works with her mother or guardian and mentor. This is a chance to teach and learn from one another. You will need to work from your phone, tablet, or laptop. All right, next. Search and audit the safety scan. This should take about 15 to 20 minutes. Check all of the following locations for photos or videos that might include PII. Social media posts like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, and YouTube, etc. Phone camera roll, desktop or cloud storage. So your Google Photos, iCloud, etc. Look for things like home addresses, so whether that's on a mailbox, house numbers, street signs, phone numbers, email addresses, license plate numbers, faces of strangers or people who did not give permission, school logos or uniforms, or visible locations. And the examples include storefronts or landmarks. Make a list of images or videos that contain any PII. Next, you're going to decide. So you're either going to delete, edit, or keep with caution. With each image or video on your list, decide either to delete it completely if it's unnecessary or too revealing. Edit it to remove or cover PII. Keep it as is only if it's truly safe and appropriate. Next, edit like a pro. The blur, crop, and cover up. So now it's time to edit those images or videos. This is the fun, hands-on part. Use your phone's built-in editor, Instagram story tools, or free apps like Snapseed, PixArt, Canva, CapCut for videos, or even YouTube Studio for blurring faces or backgrounds. Here's the challenge. Apply at least 2 of the following edits. Blur license plates or faces of strangers. Crop out sensitive parts of an image, like if it has an address, ID badge, or school sign. Cover with stickers or emojis. So you can use an emoji or sticker to cover up a mailbox, a child's face, or logos. Or replace background using filters or green screen features. All right, next, here's the bonus round. Practice with sample pics. If you didn't find any PII in your personal content, select practice photos to test your editing skills. So even if you didn't see anything amongst your own photos, just try it out. Pick some pictures and either blur, crop, cover up with a sticker or emoji, or replace the background. Next, you're going to reflect and share lessons learned. Answer these questions together in a digital journal, notepad, or worksheet. What surprised you about what you found? What editing tool or technique was most helpful to you? How will this activity change the way you post or share images online? What lessons about personally identifiable information, PII, would you teach to someone younger than you? So take a moment, and you can even answer in the comment section below and share your responses. Next, we're going to head back to the lessons page and go on to S1.1 and take a look at the interactive activity there. So once again, we're scrolling past what we went through last week, and the interactive activity for this one says, spot the scam and secure the bag. Here's the objective. Strengthen awareness of fraud risk and prevention strategies related to online financial transactions, PII, and digital visibility. Overview. In this session, participants will identify PII vulnerabilities in payment apps and social profiles. Learn to recognize scams involving Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, or Venmo. Conduct live research using trusted sources. Create a fraud prevention toolkit as a family or accountability team. And last but not least, we're also going to simulate a safe online money transfer scenario. All right, for this activity, these are the materials you will need. You will need a smartphone or laptop, internet access, digital journal, notepad app or worksheet, sample cash transfer app screens, real or printed screenshots will do. And then an optional material would be for you to review videos from Shy Fraud TV. You can visit her YouTube channel or her TikTok. She's really good. Specifically on TikTok, that's where she has the most videos. And I definitely recommend even looking up the scams based on the app. So whether that's PayPal, Zelle, or Cash App, she goes into further detail about what can and cannot be done when fraud happens through those different apps. All right, so part one, PII heat check. What's in your feed? This should take about 15 minutes. Instructions. Open your favorite social media profile or post archive. Look for anything that may reveal financially sensitive PII, such as your full birth date, so month, day, and year. Screenshots with visible credit or debit cards. PayPal usernames. For example, your Cash App or your PayPal handle, receipts or order confirmations, or even tagging of family members where it says, my mom paid or dad's card. All right, so here's the next prompt. In your digital notepad, write what surprised you most? What did you delete, edit, or blur out? How would a scammer use that information? So think about those things. Part two, scam sleuths. Search it to believe it. 20 minutes. You're going to take 20 minutes for this next part. Here are the instructions. Search engines ready. As a team, complete this research challenge. Use gov.org or official app websites only. Answer these prompts in your notebooks. Search top Cash App scams teens should know. So this one says Cash App scams targeting teens often involve fake giveaways, catfishing, and requesting for money to flip or verify accounts. Scammers may pose as Cash App support, promising refunds or special deals, or claim to be selling items only to disappear with the money. Teens should be wary of solicited messages requesting for upfront fees and promises of easy money. All right, go ahead and try it out for yourself and see what your responses are. So with that last one, you needed to write down 3 red flags from your findings. My recommendation is to write down the 3 things that you didn't already know, the 3 things that stuck out to you the most, the 3 things that you know that you've heard one of your friends talk about, and take that information back to them. All right, so next, search Zelle fraud protection tips. Okay, to protect yourself from Zelle fraud, only send money to people you know and trust. Be cautious of unsolicited requests, especially those with urgent deadlines, and never share your personal information or 2-factor authentication codes. Always verify recipient details and consider using email addresses instead of phone numbers for easier typo detection. The other part of that instruction says find one thing Zelle does not do to protect users. I'm going to leave that one for you to look up and find out for yourself. Next, we're going to take a look at how to report fraud on PayPal. So I'm going to take this, copy and paste. And it says to report fraud on PayPal, you should immediately log in to your PayPal account and go to the Resolution Center. There, you can report unauthorized transactions, suspicious emails, or other fraudulent activity. For suspicious emails or websites, forward them to phishing@paypal.com. Now for this, let's go back to the instructions. It says search engine ready. As a team, complete this research challenge. Use gov.org or official app websites. For the sake of conversation, I'm just doing a Google search. Now, for the correct and most factual information, I recommend that you go directly to the app's websites or go inside of the app and look at the terms and conditions and safety features that they have there. All right. The next part says write down the steps to take if someone sends you a fake request. I'm going to leave that one for you to do as well. Bonus. Use Google or DuckDuckGo to search. What is phishing? Examples of payment scams on Instagram/TikTok. Summarize a real-world example and how it could have been prevented. Part 3, build your family fraud toolkit. This should take about 20 minutes. With your partner, complete the fraud prevention toolkit together. Discuss and document. So, first of all, you're going to create a rule for when to share or request payment, what apps you use for different purposes, when to delete messages or block senders, what to do if you accidentally send money to the wrong person. The next part is to set up. Make sure that you set up strong passwords for payment apps, two-step verification for your accounts, nicknames instead of real names in payment apps, make a never do this list. All right, so here are some examples. Don't send money to strangers. Don't click unknown links to claim money. Don't post your handle with send me $5 and I'll double it. Okay, that would be a scam. Reflection. To close out this session, let's think about a few questions. What's something new you learned today about online payments? What would you tell your best friend or younger sibling after this session? Do you feel more confident spotting a scam? Why or why not? Optional extension, role play, plus a toolkit share out. Okay, so this should take about 15 minutes. Choose a sample scam and act it out. One person plays the scammer, the other protects themselves. Share your toolkit tips with another pair and exchange ideas. All right, we're going to go back to lessons and take a look at the third in this first set of Safety First lessons, S1.2, Safe Spaces, Shared Screens. And so once again, this is the lesson that we went through last week. We're going to scroll on down to the interactive lesson and go from there. All right, so AI in my space, safe, smart, and respectful use. What you're going to do. You and your mother, guardian, or mentor will explore how to use generative AI platforms like ChatGPT and Gemini safely. These platforms are powerful tools, but just like social media, you must protect your personal information and know how to create safe, respectful online spaces. In this activity, you will learn how to use generative AI in a safe way, recognize how PII and overly personal prompts can lead to risk. Collaborate with family or mentors on household or group norms for AI use. Practice asking questions and getting helpful answers. Practice healthy AI habits for safe and productive use. Analyze AI output critically for accuracy, bias, or red flags. Make your own AI safety poster to remind yourself of smart online habits. Okay, so these are the materials you will need. A device with internet access, so whether it's your phone, tablet, or laptop. Access to a generative AI platform, for example, ChatGPT or Gemini. Something to write with or use a digital notepad. Access to a platform to create a digital flyer like Canva or paper and craft supplies. This should take about 45 minutes to work together. All right, so in this first section, you need to think, explore, and discuss. Read these tips with your mother, guardian, or mentor. Use sticky notes or a shared Google Doc to write 5 to 7 safety rules for your home. Here are some examples. Never share your real name, address, school, phone number, email address, or usernames. Use general language. A student instead of me at Martin Luther King High. Don't share stories, photos, or family details without permission. Ask yourself, would I say this to a stranger? Keep advice from AI in draft form. Always talk to a real person before acting on it. Double check what AI tells you using a search engine and reliable sources. Ask questions that help you learn, grow, or create something positive. Now, talk together about this. Why should you keep personal information private, even from a chatbot? What kinds of questions feel safe to ask AI? What would you do if the answer felt wrong? Try it. Prompt plus audit plus submit. Choose an AI tool like ChatGPT, Gemini, etc., and write a prompt. Before you enter it, use this checklist. Safe prompt checklist. I did not use real names or usernames. I did not include someone else's story. I wrote things in a general way. I use kind, respectful words. I feel safe asking this question. Examples of safe prompts. Help me write a recipe for, insert the name of the dish, for someone who is lactose intolerant. Give me gift ideas for a friend who likes, insert hobby. Pretend to be a interviewer. You could even say job interviewer. What are 5 questions you would ask someone applying for a scholarship or a role? Ask yourself, would someone be able to guess who I am from this prompt? Would I feel safe reading this if it were posted by someone else? So, fact check. What did it say? Could this be harmful? Read the AI's answers aloud. Analyze the response. Is it giving false information? Is it biased or inappropriate? Does it sound unsafe? Would a trusted adult say the same thing? Use Google or a trusted site to double check anything that feels wrong. Bonus, search when ChatGPT got it wrong or AI bias examples and talk about what could have been done differently. Next, you're going to create your AI safety poster. Make your own My AI safety poster. Include 3 rules for using AI safely, 2 safe types of questions to ask, 1 thing you want to remember, and then decorate it with drawings, colors, or photos. Save it as your phone or tablet lock screen for a week, or print it and hang it on your refrigerator at home. All right, let's take a look at some questions, some more questions to ask yourself. Reflect, write, and share. What surprised you most about using AI? How did you feel reading the AI's answers? What new rule or habit will you use moving forward? How can you help a friend use AI safely? Bonus search, search online. What are safe ways kids can use AI? How do AI platforms protect your information? Write down 2 facts that surprised you. And so that's the end of the lesson. With all of that in mind, I want to encourage you to visit the blackliberation.tech website, take a look at the lessons, do the lessons that are suitable for you and your student, or maybe a little cousin, niece, someone that you care about, and go over it with them or talk about the information with them and see if they're interested in doing some practice runs with you. With all that being said, thanks again for listening to another episode of the BlackLiberation.Tech podcast. I am your host, Dr. Renee Jordan. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and share, rate, and review the podcast to help it become more discoverable. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.